Hi. In this section, I'm going to look at the way that we actually interact with the internet. And um, you could possibly say that there are four different ways that we connect to and interact with the internet. The main one, I suppose, is the last mile. That is the way that we connect from either our mobile devices or the hardwire systems in our homes through Wi-Fi. And that's the last mile. It's the one that we rely on. If I'm out and about in my car, then it's the connection between my phone and my service provider through the towers. And that comes and goes. Coverage in the UK is pretty good until you go into the wilds of Wales, or you go into various parts of any city centre and the signal just dies on you. If I'm in home, then I have both fixed and also Wi-Fi. And if I'm in my office in the university, then I'm on both Wi-Fi and a fixed line. And that's the last mile. And it's the most important because it's the one we rely on. Will this change when we come into the next 30 years? I think so. I can see quite easily that we will do away with one or the other. It'll become swifter and faster. 5G is offering so much in this area. Why would I have to wire my house up for the internet when I can get just as good a signal, in fact, more, on my mobile wherever I go? So this is an area that we need to look at. The next one is the data center itself. And the development on this side is growing exponentially. The number and the storage that we are looking at in terms of the amount of data that we're now creating is beyond belief. Every day we are saving more and more. They say that the last few years has stored more data than the existence of the human being ever. And so we're looking to increase that, and it'll just keep on climbing, and we need more data centers. And that's the scary part, how much of the planet is going to be covered in memory chips. I would imagine quite a lot, because we're just producing so much data. And that is, for me, quite interesting. So that data center is an area where we can see development in both its storage, the retrieval, and where these storage centers are located to cut the traffic down across the world. And there lies the last portion of this section, and that is the wires that is gluing the whole system together. Google, Microsoft, everybody is investing in cables that transmit this data around the world. And you can see when you look at the various maps, and I've put one up on this slide, that they tend to run around the equator. And so all the big civilizations from the States through to Europe, through to India, through to China, and all the rest of the world is handsomely looked after by these undersea cables and, in fact, overland cables, where there are massive amounts of data capacity through glass cables, fiber optics, everything you can possibly think of. And now we're seeing the next phase, and that is the satellite systems coming online to the areas where we can't get cables easily. And there are many different types, and I'll take a look at those in the next couple of slides. So 4 parts to the internet, as far as I'm concerned. The last mile, split into 2, that's hardwire and Wi-Fi, and also mobile systems. Mobile will change, and 5G and above is going to change everything. The data centers, how we perceive those, and how they're going to store all the data. And as I said, where they're actually stored. And then there's the backbone, the fiber optic cable systems, and also the next phase along, and that's the way satellites are going to work.